Here we go.
Well, good to see you, Donna. I was hoping to see you last week because I'm coming for you. All right, folks, I need to drop off on time this week. And so we're going to go ahead and get rocking here. Reviewed some stuff from your previous session after I left. Again, kudos to you guys. You just carry on like the leaders that you are. And Donna's still trying to connect to the video. And Lori, I'm going to be coming for you too.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We got your audio now, Donna?
It still says connecting for Donna.
I thought I saw that go away for a minute. Do you have this set up for both telephone and internet, or do you have the
Just internet.
Just internet?
Yeah.
Okay, how about now, Donna? You got us now? You hear us now? How about now, Donna? Hear us now? Okay. All right. Just came off of my second webinar. First one was Friday with the Isogenics corporate team. If you stepped into a new distributor training on Saturday or caught the replay, I had promoted giving updates from the leaders call. It was the top 20, top 30, whatever it was. And why is Donna having so much trouble getting that audio thing going?
You know, it could be because she's in the car. Maybe it's the signal. She doesn't have Wi-Fi.
No, it's how she's connecting it.
Okay.
Because if it was the quality of the signal, we wouldn't see her video.
Okay.
Hello.
Ernest,
Hi,
how are you?
Ernest.
Good. How's everybody?
Let me see if I can help her here. No, that's not it. Sign out, sign in. I'm sorry, folks. Give me a second here. Let's try and see if we can get Donna going. Man, I'm tired.
It's on. The audio is on.
Okay, what's this Zoom meeting ID? Donna, did you get connected?
I did, finally got connected.
Okay, did you figure out what it was you needed to do to get connected?
No, I just hit push the same button, then it came up.
You hit the what button?
The same button that I always said, it just come up, but now it's up.
Okay.
You know, actually, there are there's telecommunications problems across the country with signals today, Fred.
Okay.
So it could be the network.
All right, very good. Yeah, Donna, I was going to be coming for you too. You didn't hear me say that. I'm warning you, I'm coming for you.
Okay.
Did you see that look on her eyes like, okay. All right. I was starting to say, had was a 2-hour and 40-minute Zoom meeting. 2 hours and 40 minutes, almost 3. It started at 3 and it ended at 20 minutes of 6. Non-stop. That was on Friday. That was with the Isogenics corporate. I mean, it was all hands on deck, you know. Both the Cougars, you know, mom and dad were there. Travis Ogden wasn't there, but Mac Larson, half a dozen of the Isogenics corporate support team members. Josh was there. Both legal counsels were there. You know, I guess Jason Allman is either coming over, he's staying on long enough. Went through all of the transition stuff. And I was going to give a highlight to that. And then, of course, at the very end, the question was, how much of this can we disseminate? And Mac Larson said, 100% is confidential. So I was singing and dancing at the end of the new distributor training, because I got to deliver if I said I was going to. We had I believe it was a top 100 Zoom meeting today. Just got off of that here about an hour ago. So that one was only about an hour and a half. Thank
I
goodness.
missed that.
Were you included on that, Barbie?
Yeah, and I missed it.
Yeah, that's too bad, because you need to be on that. Yeah, I assumed that you would be. I was a little surprised I didn't see you there on that one. That's okay, because there was, you know, honestly, I may have to put together a leaders meeting of my own, because there was a number of you that would have been in the top 100 that weren't there, and I don't know why the others weren't there. And again, that is supposed to be held off. I believe it is Friday. Leaders in the Loop email, which goes out to bronze and above. Let's see, Kate, Brian, you guys on that list?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So there'll be more information. It's the same information with varying degrees of detailness. Because, you know, a lot of the detailness isn't required. What's required is an understanding of what's going on so that we can disseminate the correct information. And part of the reason the first one was so in depth is they were working out bugs. There was actually, I got to tell you something. I'm even more, as of Friday, in that, you know, top 20, top 30 meeting, I'm even more impressed with what Isagenix is doing to support us. Okay, and I'm gonna stay compliant with what they requested. When you start to hear how the level of commitment they have to making sure that every one of us in zThe, right down to the lowest level, builder, distributor, somebody who's eligible to make a paycheck, the commitment they have to making sure that we stay whole, we don't see any dramatic changes in our income, for a reasonable period of time, giving us a chance to, make the modifications necessary to comply with their comp plan so we can sustain our income and then grow. I mean, we already know that for most people, there will be a pay raise as soon as we click over to Isagenix comp plan. But for some, it's going to be a challenge because they don't have correct structure. I get more and more impressed as time goes on. Never more impressed than on Friday. And the transparency of what they're doing, the willingness to just drop what they're doing and change things up based on the input from those of us that were on that Friday call. Unbelievable. We've never had that in zThe. Okay, and you guys know I love zThe. I've always loved zThe. All right, the corporate element of Isagenix has blown me away, and they continue to do it every single time. All I can tell you is all the things that we've been doing here for this 90-day time frame with us. Hopefully you'll go back and as time allows. They're 30-minute episodes. We're on our 8th or 9th or whatever. Brian was so supportive to create the YouTube channel, to post those videos. It's an archive of our time together, and I encourage you, as you have time, to go back and review that, because it's been a great building platform to build your business on, and you don't take this for granted. Okay, the magic that's going to happen over the next 24, 36 months can literally set every single one of you up. So wanted to give you a couple things. I want to turn the call over to you guys, because at this stage of the game, is there more I can offer you? Absolutely. And I'm not being egotistical here. You got to have learned something if you've been around this game as long as I have been. Okay, there's got to, it's not that I got all the answers, but I guarantee you, until you got 30 or 40 years in the deal, I can probably offer a suggestion or a thought or a comment that might, help you get through the learning process with a little less skinned knees, a little bit, less bloody nose, and maybe a little bit more faster, a little more efficient. Let my bloody nose and my skinned knees take the shock of learning and help you out. Okay, so that's why I really want the sessions that we have available to us to be primarily yours. One of the things that is critical, and kudos to let's see, Kate and Lori, because you wrote down something that was very important. You made the comment after I left. Not fun, simple, magical. Looks simple, looks like it'll work. I think I can do it. See, these little tiny things have been my guide. My original training, and this actually goes back to Larry Thompson, mid 80s. It wasn't so much, what you do, where you go, what you say, how you do it, that sort of thing. It was the concepts that if you master the concepts, then you'll always know how to correct your own behavior, how to correct, or process, how to correct those that you are in leadership and responsibility position to. Okay, everyone wants to be a leader, want to make the big money, be able to stand on stage with the fancy suit and have people cheering and that sort of thing. That's garbage. That's the fluff. Leadership is the greater the leadership is, the greater the responsibility, which means you got to be able to help, not lead, help. And so the stuff that I learned from LT was those kinds of things. So it was independent about whether I was doing Herbalife or NSA or zThe or now Isogenics. The vehicle makes no difference. Okay, I can throw a Hugo, a Volkswagen, or my M6 into a power slide, pull through it, and not kill myself. I'll scare whoever's in the passenger seat, but I won't kill myself. It is immaterial what the vehicle is once you've learned the concepts. Okay, concept that I'm talking about right now is don't get stupid and wreck your car, because it's embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing to explain why you wrapped your fancy new car around a telephone pole. And there's a story about that, but we'll take that one another time. So if what you're, how do you determine what your process is, what your system is, if it's effective and efficient? In the mind of your prospect, they're going, well, this looks simple, looks like it'll work. I think I can do this. If they do not have that perception of what you're sharing, then whatever you're sharing is not a good system, it's not a good process, and it's definitely not going to be duplicatable. Too often what we do is we whatever it is we're doing, we instill in our prospect's mind, boy, this looks kind of complicated. I have no idea whether or not it'll work. Pretty sure I can't do it. And that's where you get the no. Because what we're looking for is the people who are looking for us. Okay, the people who want to improve their health, lose weight, get fit, look good. We're looking for the people that want to create an additional income, want it to be, here's another one, fun, simple, magical. This looks like a lot of fun. It's simple and it works like magic. How's it work? Works like magic. Okay, what's in the stuff? I don't know, but it works like magic. And it's only good stuff because they got great doctors that put it together. Well, I see here it's got ashwagandha. What's ashwagandha? I don't know. All I know is it's really good. And it's helped me trim off 5 pounds of body fat, put 10 pounds of lean muscle mass on, and I've been running like a mad dog because I got the energy of a 25-year-old in a 65-year-old body. I'm finally getting to the point in time where there is truth to what I say. I've always said, I'm a 15-year-old boy trapped in the body of a 65-year-old man. And now that's true, right? So you guys wrote that down, and let me tell you something, with all the details and all the stuff I've ever learned, the things that have been the most meaningful to my success in this profession have been those kinds of things. Fun, simple, magical. Looks like it'll work. It looks simple, looks like it'll work. I think I can do it. And you guys keyed, both you and Lori, keyed on something that was very important to get in your notes from the last session. Speaking about creating a system, I had a conversation with Britton McDowell. Some of you know Britton. Britton's one of my favorite people. I love Britton. He is as humble and regular and normal as the day is long, and absolutely no pretense. Both him and his wife got on the isogenics plan, and they are like losing weight, like the government's spending money. Okay, they are going to town. He's going to be my my guest, not this Thursday, next Thursday. Dr. Gayla Gates will be my guest this Thursday. And he's got great before and after pictures. But he was asking me about, what am I using for the, initial training of a new distributor? Okay, because he's got it. I mean, this guy, he is a sponge. And he like, repeated back to me, simple system, get them in, get them trained, get them going. I'm going, dang, that's good stuff, Britton. Where'd you hear that? So he's going, get them in, we got it. Get them trained, get them going. What are you using for the training? I said, I'm still doing the same thing I've always done. Okay. This isn't about comp plan. It isn't about, structure. And it's, teach them what we do and how we do it. And advanced training, build your story, 90-day game plan, how to create a list. Okay. And I'm using those same 4 videos. That's what I'm doing. And you start getting away from core fundamentals. Now you're making it complicated. You're causing people to spend more time. The more information people get, the more confused they get. Frankly, if I was to tell you what is 90% of the knowledge that was required to create $1 million in income, it's in those 4 little videos. Okay, and honestly, what if you missed the last 10%? So what, you never got that? Oh, well, just keep doing it and it'll turn into 2 million, and it'll turn into 3 million, and then it'll turn, well, we can keep going, okay? So he made the comment to me that one of the things that he saw that he thought was very duplicatable was the isogenics plan. And so I encourage you to go take a look at what they've got for us already. It's isogenicsbusiness.com. And when you get on the landing page, there's a button that says start here. That'll actually take you to a website, which is isogenicsbusiness.com/start-here. And it's just their little system, get on the products, share with 2, teach them how. I did a quick scan of it. I didn't see anything in there that bothered me at all. And it's another way to get somebody focused on what to do. Okay, so you may want to look at that and see if you want to incorporate that to your onboarding process. Another quick thing that I'm going to make a comment on here. One of the people I'm working with had an extremely sharp young fella. Did a introductory, welcome aboard Zoom meeting. Young fella, trades guy, okay? Long hair, he's a roofer, but he's young. He's driving a late model luxury SUV, wanted to upgrade to the Escalade. He's got some substance. You know what he reminded me of? Me 35 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay. I had long hair back then. In fact, I told him, I said, honestly, my hair was as long as yours when I cut it. He thought that was pretty cool, right? So, but what I did, here's the point. What I suggested was that he take, because in the conversation, what I found out is the guy wants to make real money. Okay, not for the money's sake. He's got a lot of causes he believes in, people he wants to help out, but he wanted to make a lot of money. I said, if you are serious, I will show you how to do this. This is what you want to do. Go look at those 4 videos, get through them as fast as you can. In the next couple of days, you know, set up another meeting with me. And I'm telling his sponsor to orchestrate this. And I will personally walk you through your get going plan. And as soon as we're through, at the end of the conversation was, listen, I want you to, you know, text me his information, text him my information. I said, feel free to reach out to me, get him plugged in, you know, my email list, my YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. Because this was one of those people that was really looking for us. And he had some stuff, and he's a hard worker. You know, any of you know anything about roofing? That's hard work, okay? Hard work. He had all the ingredients. And what has happened since that time? Have I gotten any of his information from his sponsor yet? No. And I actually had said, because he was saying he was doing some music, I said, I'd be real interested. Send me a link. And that's when I told his sponsor, you know, make sure that we get each other's information. Because he seemed to be very excited that I was interested enough to want to hear about his music. Now, here's what's happened since then. Nothing. Nothing. No contact information on the young fellow. Okay. I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming he's not gotten my contact information. Now, he may have, because I did see that he signed up for my newsletter. But his enroller hasn't followed through on anything. And I want you to think about this for a minute. If your prospect, your brand new person, seemed to resonate with me, why wouldn't you want to have me directly involved with him? Let me change that. Why wouldn't you want me all over him like white on rice? Okay? That's a leadership problem. It's a leadership problem. Not taking advantage of the tools you have available to you. So don't let that happen to you guys. Okay? So, oh man, I've already taken too much time. I want to make sure what else I got here.
Fred,
Yes.
Brian said it's a jealousy issue and a control issue for that sponsor, possibly.
You know, that's a, Brian, I'll tell you what, man. I should stop getting surprised by you. That is a most interesting perception. And let me tell you something. I'm not saying that I have not been subject to those kinds of things in the past, but I got real smart real fast and realized ego cannot be banked. You know, they don't let me pay for gas for it. Okay, I can't deposit it. You know, then trust me, ain't nobody got bigger ego than me. Okay, just ask me. Okay, but I'm not gonna let it get in the way. I'm not gonna let it get in the way of my income, and I'm not gonna let it. He's shaking his finger at me. What's that, Brian?
I've got the bigger ego.
You got the bigger ego. Okay, yeah. Hey, you know, listen, just ask us. We're too cool for school. Just ask. Okay, but
Well, I'm glad you're too cool, because I'm going to send them to you.
You see, here's the thing I won't do. Well, you know, certainly I'm not going to let it interfere with my income, but that's because I absolutely will not let me interfere with the capacity for my new person to achieve their goals. Okay, that's what the real important issue is. Let's see here. You were talking about my video. There is a new version of my old diamond video. The old diamond video, by the way, is still a good tool for you guys. Okay, because it's in I mean, you know, it's in material that it's not the M6, it's the old 650. It's not. It's in material that I'm, you know, 20 pounds lighter now and feel better, right? That's not the issue. It's the story. The story is what the issue is. My guy just edited that video and was able to take out like 90% of zThe. Okay, there's one little tiny clip in there where you'll see a zThe product, but tried to make it more generic. Okay, and so as soon as I get those things updated, I'll get you the link on that. One of the things I wanted to share with you, and then whatever we have left here, we'll try and do some work. This is something you know, I'm also investing in my personal development and skill sets development. Okay, Just invested a chunk of change in another program I'll be doing for 6 weeks now. And one of the things, and I recognize this from coming out of the compound effect, we already know more than we need to know. Success is not about how much knowledge you have. It's about doing using the information and knowledge you already have and doing the deal with that. Because, I mean, honestly, most of you guys are going to tell me all things about the product I don't know. Many of you have already said, Britain told me about a section in their website I had nothing to know about. But here was the concept that was discussed. Our choices, whether or not to pick up the phone, whether or not to do the shake versus having another enchilada, okay? Because, I mean, how often do you get homemade enchiladas, right? I mean, you know, don't want to mess that up. The choices we make determine our behaviors, okay? Did you go to the workout like today? Okay, it was so tight for me to get off the first webinar in the morning, spend a few minutes with mom to eat, get back for the 3 o'clock webinar. I literally spent more time driving to and fro from the gym than I had in the gym. What did I do? My choices create my behavior. I went to the gym and I powered through the workout the best I could and got back in the car and jumped in and came back home. Your choices determine your behaviors. The behaviors over time will become habits. The habits develop consistency. Now, that's the positive end. Or your choices, have the enchilada, skip the gym, you know, watch the TV instead of make the phone call. They create your behaviors, good or bad. Those behaviors over time determine your habits. Your habits will eventually become consistent. Have the enchilada every day instead of the noon shake. And your results are going to be dictated by those things. And it all starts with the choices. And the choices are simple. Have you been monitoring your daily activities? Okay, for Robin, you know, good news, bad news. Bad news was she procrastinated for 5 of 6 days. Good news was on 6 days she got all 12 in. Okay, here's some more bad news. 2 a day is no longer your threshold. It depends on what you want. If you want everything there is to get, then you work at 100% of your capacity. We already know that's 12 a day. Now, that may not be sustainable 6 days a week, week in and week out. But it certainly begs the question, is 2 conversations a day what you should be striving for, right?
Yeah. Robin,
right,
you're on mute.
That seemed to, no, it's okay. She's nodding her head. That's what I was looking for. So I thought that was really important because that's really what we've been talking about. It's just a choice. And, you know, whatever you're lacking in confidence and that sort of thing, make the choice to make 1 call, okay? Because regardless of what the results are, you've already changed your behavior. You're already changing your habits. You're already developing the first step of consistency. And good or bad, that's where the results come from. It's a guarantee, okay? It's like gravity. Works every time. See? All right. I might have to run. Folks, I apologize. I wanted to spend some time working with you. Do this for me, okay? Y'all are leaders. You've got, you know, Kate's got a lot of experience. Ernest has been out there doing the deal. Robin's out there doing the deal. Lori was a big deal. Would you hit gold the first time around, didn't you, Lori? When you were with us, didn't you get to gold, Lori? This is yes.
She's on mute, but I think she did.
Yeah, and Barbie's a freaking diamond. Okay? She was our first diamond to hit it in a year. First person to hit diamond. Well, I'm not counting
Barbie's a
David
diamond.
Moses, you know. But yeah, she did it in a year. So you guys have the capacity to spend a little time, if you've got time, spend a little time working on the challenges that you had this week. Highlight, you know, focus on the activities that you engaged in this week that gave you results, because we want to focus on what's helping, not what's hurting. And then I will be listening to the review, and then I'll be back with you next week. Any kind of contact that you need to make during the week, like I said last week.
And actually, Fred, you froze up.
Yeah, we lost him.
That's okay. He's
What did
on
you
a
say
deadline
last week,
anyway.
Fred? No, we have
Text
that.
me.
Yes.
I'll do everything in
we
my
have
power
that.
to get back to you as soon as
Well, there he is.
See you later.
Bye, Fred. Thank you.
So, does anyone have anything to add?
I concur with Fred. It's all about choices
For sure.
and picking up that phone.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's like a big puzzle. I mean, we have all these tools and all this information and when and how we're supposed to do it. And it's just a matter of putting the piece in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, and knowing what we need to do at that time.
Exactly.
It's really not complicated. It's simple. We just make it complicated. At
I
least
think
do.
what he's,
Definitely.
I think what he said about using what you know to do what you need to do is really good. We don't have to understand everything to do something, you know, and you know, that's just something that sometimes I think we play mind games with. Well, I don't know enough or whatever. And that's not true. Every one of us know enough to talk to somebody, you know, and get somebody on the line with them. And so, you know, last week for me, I mean, I can only do one thing at a time when I'm doing it all day long. So I just feel that anxiousness to just like, come on, you know, you got to do this, you know, get busy. And so I'm excited that Fred's excited the more he learns. And I've seen that too, where Isogenics seems to really be going, it seems to me, above and beyond really what they would need to do for us. And I'm impressed by that. And I'm, you know, my body keeps liking their stuff. Dropped 3 more pounds this week. Part of that was I worked hard, but anyway,
You ran your butt off.
I did, but I still stuck to the 2 shakes and only 1 meal, and that stuff's just good, you know. And all of us, I think, I mean, we have that to share, you know, it's satisfying and, you know, and nutritious. And so I miss seeing you guys. We're all in this trench together, and it's all gonna happen for us, you know. Like you said, just make the correct choices, and one choice at a time.
Right.
So
Network marketing for life.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said network marketing for life.
That's right.
Yeah, because most of this stuff he's teaching and that we already know is applicable in many aspects or different parts of our lives.
It's true. And I'm actually amazed at the stuff that I've learned, and actually, you know, listening to Fred and his leadership and all the other leaders, and actually experiencing some of this simple stuff that was taught, and then to actually experience it, it's encouraging.
That's like the biggest like rush.
I have a question. The
Okay.
Thursday call, what is that?
You said Thursday call?
Yeah.
That's Fred does the biz talks. He's been doing it for years. It's Thursday afternoon, or evening for you guys. I think it's 5:30 Pacific, so 8:30 Eastern. And it's always on his Zoom link, which is,
The 204?
/ Fred Holmes. And you get it in the email if you're not already signed up for it. And he usually posts it on Facebook, so you can get it there as well. And
Okay.
And is it
Pretty tight
is
on
it
that.
Wednesday that Pat Anderson has her call on Club Moringa?
yeah, that's Wednesday nights. That's
Wednesdays,
more of a
yeah.
product call, but and then we've got this call on Monday, and we've got new distributor training on Saturday. That is always good to review.
Saturdays, yeah.
And there's other stuff too. I've noticed that sometimes Isogenics is doing Zoom calls. Sometimes for specific target markets like the millennials, or other times focusing on business or a new product rollout or something.
Where do we get
And
more
how do you
information on
find out
that?
about those?
What?
How do you find out about those?
That's exactly what he was saying. I find out about it from the zThe Champions page on Facebook.
Okay.
There's always announcements that are posted there. Sometimes I might catch them if another leader happens to post it. I
Okay.
usually follow David Moses pretty closely, because he sometimes does his own and has some of the Isocorp people joining him on those calls. He just did one with Kathy Coover, I think.
I think also
Okay,
if you go
just-
to the Isogenics business and leader resources, whatever, there's a schedule there with the Zooms that they do regularly every day, and what the nature of the topic is. I believe that's where I saw it.
Where?
I'm sorry, but the military was flying over. I couldn't hear you.
I believe it's under the ISA business
Okay.
link, and I want to say it's on the left side, but I could be all wrong. It says something about leader
Okay.
tools or something, and in there's a schedule of when they do their Zooms. You know, it's kind of like we know Pat went,
Okay.
but that, I think that's where you look.
Hey, how do you go to the zThe Champion page? Is it just a Facebook page?
It is. It's a group that you have to request to join, and somebody and they ask you for your distributor ID number to make sure that you're
Okay.
or one of us, I could probably do it, might be able to invite you, but if you were invited, you'd still have to like answer the questions to get accepted.
And how do you go to David Moses's calls?
His is just, search for David Moses. He's got a couple of pages because he
Okay.
maxed out on friends, but I think he posts the same stuff on both pages. So just do a search for David Moses's name, and you should be able to
Okay.
find him.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have anything else, or is it time to wrap it up?
I have to go just because my mind is finished.
Yes,
time.
it's been a long day. I have some exciting news.
Oh, well, hurry up then, I'll wait.
We made it back to the gym today after 3 months.
Oh,
March
yes.
13th was the last day the gym was open. And now here it is, June 15th, and we made it that was the first day they were open, and we actually went to Simi Valley to go to the gym rather than our local one here in Chatsworth.
Which opens tomorrow.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
it's a struggle to get back in, let me tell you. If for like Robin and others that have worked out before, I probably over the last 3 months 12 to 15 times have I worked out and at home, and it wasn't nearly as good or as intense as what I was doing at the gym. So my muscles are requiring recovery. So, all right, so that was it basically. Just wanted to
That's
say
great.
I'm back in the
I
gym.
hope the new Recover works, the new branch chain amino
Yeah.
acid.
Actually, I haven't tried it because we still had some of the other stuff left
haven't
over
tried it
because I
yet
wasn't
either.
using it. But
Look forward to
I
it.
think it's going to be on the next order. Have you tried it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's on my next order as well.
What is that?
Drink it every day, and
It's a
whether I work
recover.
out or not.
What's it called?
It's called AMP.
Yeah.
AMP
AMP?
Recover, I think. It's a
It's got the initials BCAA.
the branch
okay.
chain amino acids.
Right.
And there are two, right? It's a heavy duty
There might
one
be.
and a,
You know what? We
Yeah.
can check it out. Grab one. Grab them both.
They do have a pre-workout one
oh,
in their
okay.
You
series.
have
Yeah.
to say we now. We.
Oh, they.
Yeah.
They. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. But we will shortly.
Yeah, I
We're
only
going
have
through
2
the-
bags of Ignite left.
All right.
afraid
Well,
of that
hey.
Ignite.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Have a great week,
Bye, guys.
everybody.
Good to
All
see
All right.
you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.